What's up guys, I'm Roscoe M and welcome back to First Impressions, the show where I play a game for about half an hour and then tell you what I thought. This time we are finally, after a long hiatus, gonna look at Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped from the Sane Trilogy. Now before I say anything, I know that this is a lot of people's favourite game in the trilogy, and from what I've played so far, I'm really enjoying it, but I do have a couple things that I want to bring up throughout this that may sway my decision and make it sound a little more negative than I actually think the game is. So, let's start with the gameplay. It is the same since Crash 2, except this time we have a couple added features. This time we get power-ups after we defeat each boss fight. For example, after Tiny Tiger, you get an upgrade for your slam ability. You get the double jump, you get the death tornado spin, and they're pretty good abilities to add into Crash's arsenal. They really help you with later platforming challenges and also help later on with sort of speedrunning the game to get the relics. And yeah, it's fantastic additions that they've made to the already established Crash formula. But now that I've established that, I forgot one thing. We forgot to take a look at the first cutscene, like we normally do. So let's cut to that right now.
Ooga is free? No, it cannot be. Evil, great evil has come.
None have failed the great Ooga even once. But you, Cortex, you have failed me twice.
Great Ooga. It was that infernal bandicoot.
From deep inside my deadly prison, I sent you simple instructions to follow. But you lost the gems, you lost the crystals, and I have lost my patience. There is now no other power source left on this planet.
I know we've had a few unfortunate setbacks.
And failed. But since your bumbling has managed to set me free, I am feeling generous. There is still a way to amass the power needed to enslave this miserable planet. And this time, the great Ooga will make sure that you do it right.
After many eons, my evil twin brother, Ooga has been freed from his underground prison. Long ago, I locked him there to protect the world from his malice. Now, free once again, he must be stopped. Children, Ooga and Cortex plan to use this time-twisting machine to gather crystals that lay scattered across time. I have brought you here to recover the crystals before they do. To open the time warp, simply stand on a button and then jump into the flow. Good luck.
So, now that we have seen the opening cutscene, we have context for the rest of the story. So, what are we actually doing? We're travelling through different points in time as Crash or Coco, trying to retrieve all of the crystals before Cortex and Uka can. And it's basically, that's the entire plot of the game. It's really, really simple, but it is a nice, simple trilogy, so it doesn't really take away from anything. If anything, this is probably the most story heavy of the games, because it's trying to wrap up the entire trilogy and bring Crash and Cortex's feud to an end. Something else that also got introduced to this game was the Crash Dance. If you manage to pick up the crystal and the gem in the stages, you get the Crash Dance, which is, it's definitely a dance. I want to also bring up the music in this game because, my god, do I love the music in this particular installment of the Crash Trilogy. Every track is vibrant and bouncy and memorable, and you could definitely tap your feet to it. And as you can hear slightly in the background, I have the theme song playing, and this is my favourite variation of Crash's theme throughout the entire trilogy. It's just so bouncy and happy and fits the mood of Crash Bandicoot very well. Most of the stages that I did were completely fine. In one of them I actually managed to get the gem, but I missed it because I was still running and didn't even notice it was there until after I dropped down, which was a little bit annoying. But the one stage that I had a small issue with was making waves, and it's all due down to the controls for the jet ski. The controls for the jet ski are very floaty, and they're not very precise. Now, this is probably quite realistic, but at the same time, this is a platforming game. Realistic doesn't mean precise. And in a platformer, you need to be precise, especially with Crash Bandicoot, where you're trying to hit boxes, and the amount of times that I tried to hit a box and hit a mine right next to it because I couldn't stop fast enough is too many to count. I don't know how many times it happened. Not too many, but I have heard that when you get to the stage Hot Cocoa and you're trying to get the relic, it can be very, very frustrating to work around the jet ski controls. So I just wanted to bring that up very quickly. That's basically all the negative stuff that I actually have to say about the game, because the rest of it is fantastic. The rest of it is all great. It's all classic Crash Bandicoot, but updated yet again. Even for the Sane Trilogy, it still feels like from Crash 1 to Crash 2 to Crash 3, there is a gradual difference that makes each game still feel unique, despite all of the controls across the three games being the same. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions episode of Crash Bandicoot 3. We finally got around to it after God knows how long. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell, only if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.